Hi students, in the last class we have completed the 5th chapter, that is Principles of Inheritance and Variation. And now we can discuss some important questions and answers from that chapter. Okay, let's discuss the first question. In classroom discussion, a student said that sex of the baby is determined by father. Analyze the statement and give reason for it. And answer, in humans, sex determination mechanism is XY type. And a pair of X chromosomes are present in the female, whereas the presence of X and Y chromosome are the determinants of the male characteristics. And during spermatogenesis, the male produces two types gametes X and Y besides autosomes, and the female produces only one type of ovum with an X chromosome. And there is an equal probability of fertilization of ovum with the sperm carrying with X chromosome or Y chromosome. So we can say that sex is determined by the father. Question number 2. Observe the above crows and name the phenomenon. We can say that when we watch the crows, we can say that the crows is occurred between the parents with red flower color and white flower color, and in the F1 generation produced are all pink, and when this F1 generation are self-rosed or self-pollinated, we will get the F2 generation in the ratio 1 red, 2 pink and 1 white. Okay. And second sub-question is write down the theoretically given explanation of this phenomenon. And the answer, the above cross indicates the phenomenon of incomplete dominance. And the theoretical explanation is that it is a phenomenon in which phenotype of the F hybrid offspring does not resemble any of the parent. And it is the intermediate between the expression of two alleles. Okay, question number 3. Hemophilia, sickle cell anemia and phenylketonuria are Mendelian disorders. Okay, so the first sub-question is, what do you mean by Mendelian disorder? What's the answer? Mendelian disorders are genetic disorders which is caused due to alteration or mutation in a single gene. And the second sub-question, which one of the above is an example of inborn error of metabolism, and mention the cause of the disorder. And in the above, phenylketonuria is the inborn error of metabolism, and in which an affected person lacks an enzyme that converts the amino acid phenylalanine into tyrosine. Question number 4. The following table shows the F2 generation of a dihybrid cross. Identify the phenotype with homozygous recessive genotype and find out A is to B is to C is to D. Okay, so we should know that the phenotypic ratio of the F2 generation of a dihybrid cross is 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1 ആണ് phenotypic ratio of a dihybrid cross. So we can say that here B is the homozygous recessive genotype and A is to B is to C is to D in the ratio 3 is to 1 is to 9 is to 3. Clear? 63 is to 21 is to 21 is to 7. Adana e 3. 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. Clear? Question number 5. Which of the following do not have similar sex chromosome? That means which do not have homogametic? Human female, Drosophila female, bird female and bird male. And we know that in the case of human female, it is XX, homogametic aanu. Drosophila female is also having XX, that means homogametic. But is in birds, in the case of birds, we know that sex determination mechanism is ZZ-ZW type. And in males, it is in homogametic ZZ, but in bird females, it is ZW. So it is in the heterozygotic condition or heterogametic condition. So the answer is bird female because it is having heterogametic condition ZW. So the answer is C, bird female. Clear? Question number 6. Examine the following fragment of beta globin chain in human hemoglobin and identify the hereditary disease with reason. Okay. Answer is substitution of glutamic acid by valine at the 6th position of the beta globin chain of hemoglobin molecule. We can say that in 6th position glutamic acid is substituted by valine. Okay, and it is the point mutation, and as a result, what is the disease, hereditary disease? It is sickle cell anemia. That is, the RBC become sickle shaped, causing a disease called a sickle cell anemia, and it will affect, what is the reason? It will affect the oxygen carrying capacity of RBC. Okay, it can carry only a limited oxygen than the normal RBC. Question number 7. Observe the figures and answer the question. In the first figure, we can see a tall structure with feminized character A. The person A has a tall structure with the feminized character, and in B, it is a short structure and underdeveloped feminine character. So, identify the syndromes A and B. What is the syndrome A? It is Klinefelter syndrome, and it is caused due to the presence of an additional copy of X chromosome. Okay, and B is Turner syndrome, and it is caused due to the absence of an X chromosome. So what is the chromosome number in A? In A, it will be 47, and in B, it will be 45, because in A, it have XXY, and in case of B, that is Turner syndrome, there is an absence of X chromosome, XO, 45 plus XO. Clear? Question number 8. Study the following cross and answer the questions. Okay, and there is a hint given, that is ABO blood group in man is controlled by 3 alleles, IA, IB and small letter I. Okay, so here the father have the blood group A and mother have the blood group B, and they have a son of blood group O. So write the genotypes of father. We know that when the blood group is A, it is controlled by the alleles IA and I. IA, I. And the genotype of mother is IB, I. And what is the genotype of son? It is O group. So there is no antigen, because there is no presence of antigen A and B. So the genotype will be II, small letter II. And what is the type of dominance of human blood group inherited? We have studied that. It is the mechanism of codominance. Codominance is the mechanism that is behind the human blood group. Question number 9. Which of the following is not a Mendelian disorder? Color blindness, Down syndrome, hemophilia and thalassemia. And we know that answer is Down syndrome, because Down syndrome comes under chromosomal disorder. It is the trisomy of 21. We have studied that. Okay. And question number 10. Fill in the blanks. First one, A. Dash is the metabolic disorder that occurs due to the lack of an enzyme that converts phenylalanine into tyrosine. Edana a disorder? We have studied that it is phenylketonuria. And second, dash is the disease caused by the substitution of glutamic acid by valine in the 6th position, and it is the sickle cell anemia. We have covered all that portion. I think it will be clear to you. Question number 11. Identify the syndrome from the diagram and write the genotype. And there is also a hint given, that is it occurs in both sexes, that is both in male and female, and write the reason. And we can see that the syndrome is Down syndrome and the genotype is 45A, that is 45 autosomes plus XY, or 45A plus XX. XX in the case of females and XY in the case of males. And question number 12. Gopalan argues that if father is of A blood group and mother is of B blood group, the children can only be A group, B group or AB group. So first sub-question is, do you agree with Gopalan's argument? And second sub-question is, give reason. And we know that the answer is no. We are not agreeing with Gopalan's argument, because we know that A blood group means it exists in the allele IA or IAIA, And B blood group means it exists as IBI or IBIB. So the child can have the genotype. ഒരുപാട് പോസിബിലിറ്റീസ് ഉണ്ട് അല്ലേ. IBIB എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ B ബ്ലഡ് ഗ്രൂപ്പ് ആവാം. IAIB എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ AB. IAI മീൻസ് A ബ്ലഡ് ഗ്രൂപ്പ്. IBI മീൻസ് B ബ്ലഡ് ഗ്രൂപ്പ്. And II means O blood group. And IA and IA means A blood group. So the child can have O blood group also. Question number 13. Difference in chromosome number of some human beings A, B, C, D are given below. First is 22 pairs of autosome. Second, 22 pairs of autosome plus XO. And third is 22 pairs of autosome plus 1 autosome. And fourth is 22 pairs of autosome plus XXY. And the question is that identify the person who suffers from Klinefelter syndrome and write its symptoms. Okay? And we know that the fourth one, that is 22 pairs of autosome plus XXY, because there is an additional copy of an X chromosome in the case of Klinefelter syndrome. So the answer is fourth one. And differentiate between aneuploidy and polyploidy. We know that polyploidy is presence of an extra set of chromosome, so that chromosome number increases, and aneuploidy is the loss or gain of chromosome during meiosis. Okay, we can discuss the remaining questions on next class, and that's all for today. Thank you.